All right, let's get right back to it. The executive order signed late at night by the putative president again strikes a grievous blow to liberty in this country. Literally, everything is already on the books and, quote, signed, unquote, to destroy this country and take it down. I'm not sure that this executive branch considers Congress to be an impediment in any way anymore. They just do what they damn well please. How do we begin to retrieve that? I don't understand, because they have 2+ generations now, Gerald, who don't think like we, who don't act like we do, who are rewired to be consuming zombie idiots, reactive idiots, not proactive idiots. They are designed and constructed to react to all kinds of stimuli, whether it's pop music, whether it's advertisements, whether it's cars, whether it's clothes, whatever. And it's all sold by sex. All of it. Happy, smiling female form. Look, the female form in a beautiful woman is art. It's a gorgeous statement of our species. So are mountains. So are wonderful rivers. So are trees. But this one is carnal. And that's what Madison Avenue works with. This is all, of course, going back to Edward L. Bernays and his discovery about mass mind control and manipulation. And it quickly devolved into selling with sex. That's where we are in society. It's all violence and it's all sex. And we're beginning to see that more and more in our younger people. My God, they have pole dancing kits for 5-year-old girls, lingerie for 4-year-old girls. And these girls don't go out and buy this stuff with their own money, folks. They don't go out and buy their own cell phone when they're 8 with their own money, right? This is telling us what the problem is. And the problem is not the youngest generation. It's the parenting generation. They're dead between the ears.
Well, they're dead between the ears. I mean, a kid's 6 weeks old, they ship him out for a stranger to take care of him.
Of course.
And they go back to work. What do you expect?
Right.
And I love it, too. You know, one of the other things that's happening is little kids are losing their teeth. They're all rotted, have cavities. And their
little arteries. The little arteries are 1/3 to 1/2 closed by the time they're 15. This is not a joke.
Yeah, I know. And they're wondering why the kids are losing their teeth. So then I'm watching, and I have to watch the news from time to time. It's really painful. And I'm watching NBC News with Brian Williams. And they have this issue about the kids losing their teeth. So you know what the advice is? That Nancy Schneiderman, the NBC doctor, she said that parents should make sure their children drink more tap water because it has fluoride in it. I'm not making this up.
Oh, my God.
You know, forget about the fluoride. How about all the poisons in the water?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I mean, there are studies out there, ladies and gentlemen, that show the amount of toxins in water that they keep covering up. Chloride. And then you were also talking about President Obama signing the
executive order.
NDRP executive order. And when he did it at 7 p.m. On a Friday night.
Yep.
That's what the report says anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And what they, taken out of the verbose government legalese and put into plain English, El Presidente of los Estados Unidos granted himself full authority without requiring the consent of Congress to confiscate or commandeer anything in the country at will.
In peacetime.
Now. And nothing was accepted. Private property, corporations, farms, factories, nothing. And and he could do this, a hostile act or proven threat to the nation's security it's not needed. All that's needed for El Presidente and his henchpersons is to declare, with or without providing evidence, that a potential threat exists.
That's right.
A potential threat.
That's total subjectivity, and it's a license to install whatever you want. Unbelievable.
And when does a potential threat begin? The same time that it ends. There's no beginning to potential,
no, of course.
And there's no end to potential. Potential is forever.
Yeah. Yep.
And the people, the prostitutes, did not report this at all. This only made it in the alternative media. It did not get an honorable mention in the mainstream media.
No, because it was not supposed to. That was they call it delisting in the UK. You got delisted over here. In other words, you don't cover that. Real simple. The executive order was signed, as Gerald said, Friday, March 16th, in the evening when everybody's out. By the way, on the 13th of March, Obama spent $600. I've forgotten how much to fly David Cameron to the basketball game in Ohio at our expense. Close to $1 million. Air Force One, and they were flying back at 4 a.m., and I guess you saw the story that Barkey took Cameron into his private bedroom on Air Force One and tucked him in.
Oh, how nice.
I wonder if he pecked his cheek.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, this is the UK press picked it up. It was a big story. I ran it here too.
I didn't
this
see
is
that
this is
one.
this is our commander in chief, ladies and gentlemen, going to an NCAA basketball game at our expense, our dime, and not giving a damn about it. And it's become so obscene. The last chance we had was John Fitzgerald Kennedy, and nothing since. Nothing. Ron Paul,
Nothing.
he'd never get out of the gate.
Nope.
No way.
No. And that's why I'm saying in this election, I'm saying that anybody that votes for lesser of two evils, you're a disgrace. I don't consider you a human being. You have absolutely no dignity, no self-respect to let a lesser of two evils run your life.
Thank you.
What are people going to grow up? And you know what? I'm really sick. You said it. You said, people like candidates for different reasons. We sexy, this or that. I hear it mostly from women. When you run down the list of atrocities that Obama commits, same thing like with Clinton, they say things like, "Oh, but I like Obama."
I know. That's the depth of the intellectual processes we depend upon now to run this society of ours.
And these are intelligent people that I know.
I like him. And can you tell me why? You're not going to get a paragraph out of him. It isn't going to happen. You might get a couple sentences, and if they're lucky, they'll remember some remark they heard, and they'll paraphrase it here or there. They can't sit down and write a page or two or three on why they like Obama. No
and then
chance.
What happens, Jeff, is when you go through the list of atrocities, and of course the most recent ones just before this one that the executive order was the National Defense Authorization Act.
Yep.
And you go through in detail what it is and what it does.
Nobody
and
reads
you know what
them.
the response is? Why did he do it? I said, why did Jack the Ripper do what he did? Why does why have to come into this?
Yeah.
So the thing is that people are lying to themselves.
The answer is, actually, because of you. That should be the answer. Why did he do this? Because of you.
Yeah.
Collectively.
That's a good answer.
You. That's why.
I'll have to remember that.
You can use it. Go right ahead.
No, that's a good response. So that's what I'm recommending for this presidential reality show, that people really consider not voting in this election. But who knows what's going to happen between now and then. That other beauty is heating up, the Iran war. And as I've said from the beginning, if we go to war with Iran, get ready for World War III. We will not have potential threats. We'll have real threats.
Oh, for sure. This whole thing seems to be, I'm not sure who's deciding what anymore. And if the Israelis decide if the Israeli controllers out of the city of London decide that they want war, they're probably going to have to instigate it, cause it with a false flag. The USS Enterprise would be a wonderful target. It's on its last duty mission. It's going to be mothballed next year. So it's over there, the longest-serving active duty ship in the American Navy. 5,000 men and women on it. Old aircraft carrier. Actually, it was in the Cuban Missile Crisis. That's how old it is. So some false flag attack will have to happen, I think, before this is going to go down. Both the CIA and the Mossad have admitted now in print that they don't believe the Iranians have a bomb.
I know.
So where the hell's the war?
I can't say. I'm shocked that you would say a false flag attack. Don't you remember the Vietnam War was started because of the phony Gulf of Tonkin?
Well,
how about President Bush's saying that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction and ties to Al Qaeda?
So disgusting.
How could you think of a false flag?
Yeah.
What would put an idea like that in your mind?
Shame on me. How about the incubator babies in Kuwait?
Oh, remember that one?
For sure.
Oh, how about Muammar Gaddafi giving the troops Viagra?
That's right. There's another good.
Isn't this what deranged minds could make this up?
I know. Well, what deranged minds can take it in without saying, "Oh, get out of here." These people just eat it up. If it's on TV, the great oracle, the god of our era, if it's on TV, it's got to have significance and meaning. There's got to be some truth there, Gerald, or it wouldn't be on TV.
No, you're right.
Scary stuff. Scary stuff. My friend, thank you for being here. You have a great month. We'll look forward to talking to you next time.
Okay, thanks a lot, Jeff.
Good night.
Good night.
Gerald Celente, trendsresearch.com. By all means, do stop by and subscribe. We'll be right back.